Need you to hang that up, please. You okay now? Really taking this weight loss journey to the extreme, ain't you?
Yes, sir. Just get the taste of it, throw it up.
Journey to the extreme.
Welcome to Never Done Projects. Yeah, that's the name. We are the originals, a little YouTube channel on your internet machine. The best you've ever seen. Hit that like button now. Subscribe for a while. Comment what you think is true. Join our members crew. Only $4.99 a month. That's a steal, that's a stuff. On the wall by the road, you'll be a part of our family. No religion talk, no politics here, no controversial junk, no fear, no outlandish stuff, no way, just good vibes every single day. Don't need no inappropriate conduct here. No time for stupidity. And always try to have a good time and make yourself happy while doing something today you can smile about tomorrow. Only $4.99 a month. That's a steal, that's a stuff.
Hello, everybody. Bick said, hey, or excuse me, oi, oi. Hello, Bick. Jane said, howdy ho, neighbor. Hey, howdy ho. Auto Passion Automobile said hello with some French flags. Hello, my friend. Jane said, hi, Big. John said, Heidi Hookum. Hadouken. Jane said, hi, Otto. Ryan said, hello, world. Jane said, hi, John. Ryan said, hey, Jane. Jane said, hey, Ryan. Bick said, Jane with a little oi, oi. Ryan said, hey, R3. Hey, R2 left. It was eating an apple. He said it went down the wrong way. So now he's puking it up. Daryl said, hello. Hello, Daryl. John said, over the falls and I can see the rocks. That looks nice. Boston Bill says, as always, hi to you guys. Hi, hey, chat. Love and respect as always. Hello, Boston Bill. Hope you're doing just swimmingly today. Hope you don't mind. You okay? He's taking this diet and trying to lose some weight for that blood pressure a little too far, if you ask me. Boston said he's okay. I'm glad to hear you're still up and kicking, buddy. Justin, Daddy with a capital D, said, morning. Morning, sunshine. Hope you're ready for some unpaid labor this week. Jane said, hey, Bill, and hey, Daryl. Carlos said, sup, y'all? Pops R3. Hello, Carlo, and Papa Renzo. How are y'all doing this fine Monday? Or, excuse me, Tuesday morning for you, Monday evening for me. Jane said, hi, Justin. Boston Bill said, hi, Jane. Hi, y'all. And Jane said, hi, Carlo and Papa Renzo. Carlo said, sup, Justin. You never know, Justin might surprise me again, but usually he comes in and says, hey, howdy ho, and gone. Jane said, Daryl, you think we're done with the rain? Here comes the rain, do-do-do-do-do. Carlos said, hello, Jane. How does everybody like the thumbnail for today's live? getting a little shaky. Bick said, yep, Tuesday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Well, what are we having for breakfast? I'm on my way. Jane said, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tippity, tap, 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 tip. Carlos said, Papa Renzo says, hello, NDP family. Hello, Papa Renzo. How are you? Jane said, how can I get rid of the translation thingy? I don't know. Carlos said, toys with a little oi oi. Excuse me, Bick said toys with a little oi oi. Oi oi. Dad says every time that phone goes off, it's like meep meep. He said he thinks Chester's here blowing the horn.
Told y'all, eating healthy is key.
Carlos and Papa Renzo said he's getting older. I understand that one, buddy. James, hit the like, y'all. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, everybody, I had my follow-up to my blood work this morning. Let me tell y'all that there story. I woke up at approximately 7:35 this morning. I had to stay up till midnight and call in sick to work because you have to be called in sick for 12 hours. So if I wait too late, I can't call in sick or I get 15 points. And then they try to fire me for having 20 plus points. Or I mark off at midnight, call in sick at midnight, and then I just call in and mark back up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, something of that nature. So I wait up till midnight. All right. At 7:34 this morning, I get a text message and an email that says your doctor's appointment today at 3:40 p.m. has been canceled. I said, like hell it has, so I tried to call. Their office hours are, it starts at 8 a.m. Well, you can't get anybody on the phone before 8 a.m. because it's AI to start out with, and AI ain't letting you pass. They said, you shall not pass. I know I could have done that better.
You could have done it a lot quieter.
Yep. This was not for blood work. This was to read the blood work and have a first meeting with the primary care physician in 13 years. Okay? I said, oh, hell no. So at 8 o'clock on the dot, I was dialing the number. They answered the phone at 8:05. I said, my name's Randolph Hutchins, and we need to fix this. I told them what was going on. They said, okay, let's see if we can get you in at a later date. I said, no, you're going to get me in today. They said, well, let me look. Oh, well, we got an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning. I said, it is 8:10. I'll be there. Made arrangements, dropped the girls off over at my sister-in-law's, and hauled ass to the doctor's office. I didn't know who the doctor they scheduled me with was. I did not care. I get there, they're like, oh, you must be here to see such and such. I'm like, I ain't got a clue who I'm here to see. Turns out this doctor was an absolute A+ in my books, okay? My regular doctor I was supposed to see, I think either her or her child was sick this morning. That's why she didn't come in. Calm down, Jay. I heard that helps. But, so yeah, with no notice whatsoever, and while I'm sitting in the doctor's office, in the room, waiting for the doctor after talking to the nurse, I get a notification on my chart that says, we will work on rescheduling your appointment. I'm like, I've already done it. Thanks, asshole. But that woman that I had today, she was A+. We're going to work on getting my knee fixed. We're going to work on getting the headaches fixed. They did get that prescription in for that. I'm going to start taking abortion pills.
That's it.
They're migraine abortion pills. When she said abortion, I thought I had the same reaction as him. I guess she got a real quick dose of who the hell I am. And she said, no. I mean like a migraine abortion pill. Like I was going to say, I don't need them some bitches. But she called that in. She said it is a
as
asthma.
much as work mucks us around now, you might.
I mean, that must be the belly we get. But we had a nice long talk about my blood pressure was 120/70, so she said that was perfect. My cholesterol was high, and so was my A1C, but I didn't fast beforehand. She said without fasting, those numbers are perfectly acceptable in my books. So she's very happy with what she saw. Now, granted, when they put me on the scale and it showed 7 pounds heavier than I saw at the house the night before, I may or may not have let out a GD without even thinking about it. And the nurse laughed like a hyena. But my doctor's appointment went well. I have a follow-up in 4 weeks. I had a knee x-ray today. So,
Which knee was it? Was it the right knee, left knee,
she
or
asked
the
me
wing
3
knee?
times in 30 minutes or 30 steps if it was which knee it was. This is my right knee. All right, what knee is it? My right knee. Yeah, so fun times. But I will say that was the best doctor's appointment in recent memory I had. I've talked very good about the resident I had while I was in the hospital last year. And this PA reminded me a lot of my resident I had. Very thorough, very focused on what I'm saying and not just saying, well, it's because you're a fat ass. I will be back to see her. Jane said, hey, Pops.
Hello.
It's just Ray said, hey and hi. How are you? I see you're wearing gray t-shirt and I'm wearing gray t-shirt. Also, just because I like short sleeves, make it easy to work. Well, twinsies, do you have a giant hole in your shirt like I do? Moo. Jane said hi to Ray. Bamboozle said treat yourself and booth a Zen, bro. I ain't got no Zens, but I got them focus pouches out in the truck, and I like it. It's just Ray said, Jane, hello, happy Monday. Jane said, OMG, was it just for blood work? No, blood work was Friday. Corey said, us men have 3 knees. Oh, wow. Wow, nope, you didn't even just about get it. Jane said, hi, Corey. Corey said, hi. Jane said, what the hell? They just canceled your appointment? Yep. Mike said, why are you trying to sound like Luke Bryan? Luke Bryan's trying to sound like me. He can only be as good as me. Corey said, burning it down, burning it down. That's a good song. Whiskey said, I got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me Friday. Don't say maybe. I'll be there. Carlos said, because you are Luke Bryan. Corey said, I'm a teenage dirtbag, baby. And then Whiskey's also singing Dirtbag. Corey said, yeah, Dirtbag. Whiskey's happy. Corey said, how does she know who I am? Don't know. Let's see. Jane said, hit the like, trolls. Jeez. I would appreciate it. Whiskey said she doesn't know what she's missing. Corey said, geez, I did. I'm not a troll. Beth said, what is your A1C? Just curious. I think it was 0.3 considered high. It was like something 0.9, 0.7, 0.9, something like that. I don't remember. I think it was like a 9 point something, 11, something of that nature. I don't know. Madison brought it up, not me. But my A1C was slightly skewed because I had sushi and a bowl of cereal before I went to have my blood work done. My bad. Nobody told me to fast.
Yeah,
Jane said,
somebody
hey,
did.
No, they didn't.
Somebody, because I
A
told
doctor
you to.
didn't.
Well,
I don't listen to you.
amen.
Jane said, hey, Beth. Mike said, I'm glad it was your right knee, not your wee knee. If that sumbitch was hurting, it's a beautiful day. 98 Trans MK. Where's it at? That's everything. Steering with it too?
Yeah. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah, we just need the shafts. Where's it at? Charlotte. Mike, you can get that tomorrow after work if you need to.
Off from 200.
Yeah. Jane said his A1C should be 5. Hang on. Let me see here. I forgot we get nurses in the chat. Let me check.
If the tailgate would lay down, I'd get Justin to go get it.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see your test results. So that's not it. Oh, okay. So sodium, potassium.
That's me.
Oh, okay. CO2. Let's see. Madison found it yesterday, so we'll go to this one. Let's see. My HDL was low. Goodness gracious, how much shit do they test? Give me a second. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It was August 14th. Okay, my hemoglobin A1C is 5.9. So normal is 5.7. So I was 0.2 above where it should be. So she said with the fasting and what I was eating that morning, she is not worried about that whatsoever. And the cholesterol that was showing to be moderately high was actually pretty freaking good considering I ate beforehand. Corey said he simply kicked my ass if he knew, but he doesn't give a damn about me. Jane said, hey, Mike. Beth said, I know what I should be, Jane. I'm asking what it actually was. It's a good question. It would help if I remember these things. Mike said, hi, Jane. Carlos said, sup, Mike. Jane said, did they even check it? It's not routine blood work. Yeah, they checked it. Old XYT sent a gold coin for 10 jewels. Thank you very much, old. Mike said, hey, Carla. It's just Ray said, you should laugh more. Your laughter is cool and beautiful. Well, thanks. Jane said, A1C is a measurement over 3 months. What you ate that day should not affect it. Well, like I told Madison this morning, you have nothing to compare it to for 12 months. And it was up by 0.1 from 12 months ago. So, again, I'm not saying... I have been classified as a pre-diabetic for 20 years. I'm going to work on getting down to 200 pounds from 227. And I did discuss that with her. She said she would absolutely support that. She was going to recommend 5 to 10 pound weight loss, but if I want to work on that, she said she supports that. But she's not going to push for it. She said it would be a good thing, but not a big deal. Auto Passion Automobile said 8 shorts, YouTube, 1 live. I don't know what the last word. Oh, 1 live Sunday. Yeah, we do 1 live every day, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Sunday we do 2 lives. We do a breakfast live and an evening live. If you're talking about what you do, that's awesome. We are going to try to get back into the YouTube shorts. We just have not. Beth said you don't have to fast for the A1C. Well, I didn't think I had to fast for anything. Jane said, Beth, you're a nurse? She's the boss of the nurses. She's the nurse of the nurse. John said, A1C is average over the last few months. 3, I think 5 is good. I'm glad to hear it. But according to my doctor, she said, we would like to see that get down to 5 or around that neighborhood. She said, but we will work on addressing the chronic daily headaches that's gotten worse and the migraines I get 5 to 6 times a week and fixing the knee pain. She said, once all that's done, I think we're going to notice a very big difference. So that's why I have a follow-up in 4 weeks. If the knee pain does not go away with some moderate things, we're going to go back to PT. So, yay. Carlos said, Papa Renzo says, fruit and food is like your friends. You keep the good ones and throw away the bad ones. Exactly. Jane said, send it to me, R3. What am I sending to you? I can't send you my results because my app won't let me screenshot it. Oh, send another star for 2 jewels. Thank you again. Jane said, Pop, send me your labs, please.
They asked me if I wanted mine where I could look at it, and I told them no. I told them I didn't need it. If they said it was fine, it was fine. I do have papers out there, but I have no idea what they say.
Maria said, Happy Christmas. I like the live picture. Well, thank you, Maria. Happy Christmas. Jane said, hi, Maria. Beth said, not bad for Mountain Dew drinker. Well, that's what me and her discussed. She asked if I'm a big caffeine person. I said, yeah. She said, what about alcohol? I said, no alcohol, no tobacco, no smokeless tobacco, none of those electronic vapes.
Y'all know what the vapes are, don't you?
It's the government training you to suck on robot dick. Yeah, Beth, it could be substantially worse, but we are discussing, I am cutting back on the Mountain Dews. I did go to the store today, back to school shopping, get some clothes for Addie, and I got some, we're going to clean up the diet. A gravy biscuit and a fried chicken biscuit with ketchup and some stir-fry instant noodles is not a good diet. So we're both going to clean up our diets. We're not going to do no kind of biggest loser type challenge, but I am going to try to lose that
I'm not
27
trying
pounds.
to lose weight right this minute.
I would like to lose down to that 200 even.
If it happens, it happens. I'm just trying to get my blood pressure.
That's kind of what I told Madison. I said, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But Madison did sit there in that office with me today and stare daggers into me. Because if I didn't bring up certain things, by God, she was going to bring it up.
No, she wasn't. She's going to get mad because you did.
Yeah. She's going to send me a text message while she had my phone. Carlos and my doctor says I just aim for H1AC of 7. That's a little high, but if you are diabetic, I guess getting it down to that would be a benefit. Jane said, right, Beth. Auto Passion Automobile said, France, 1H23. Bye-bye. See you, Auto Passion. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
See you, thank you.
Jane said, Carlo, below 6 is a goal. My ex-husband let his get up to 11 and buy Auto. John said, 5.9 high. Watch your carbs and your sugar of all kinds. Well, that's what me and her were discussing for part of that visit. Carlos said, shit, that'd be too high, Jane. Jane said, I didn't know Beth was a nurse. Yay! Maria said, R3, have you ever thought about having a mustache? I have a mustache. The big problem I have, if I shave the beard and keep the mustache, I look like a kid diddler. And the middle of my mustache doesn't come in, so I look really weird.
Dude.
Yeah, I look like that. No, if I shave the mustache and keep the beard, I look Amish. If I shave the beard and keep the mustache, I look like a pedophile.
Oh, I've heard it the wrong way. I'm dyslexic.
Daily Sexic. 6.2 Big said, I don't like your breakfast lives. I was getting hungry and it's not right. Sorry, Big. That's not a good thing for you to be getting hungry at 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning for you. It's just Tracy. Can you please put Pop in the frame? It looks like he is hiding.
I'm sorry, I thought I was.
I got you, DeRay. Jane said, Carlo, that's right. He was stupid, lol. Maria said, is your dad belly full of ice cream? What's your belly full of, R3? Nope, Daddy has cut the ice cream out. My belly feels
I've
about
not had
empty.
ice cream in over a month.
Yep, my belly feels empty. It's got about a quarter of an apple in it and two eggs on a sandwich.
I had an apple until I just started up.
Carlos and Jane, my doctor says my sugars are a bit high in the morning but normal in the afternoon. Well, I guess it's modulating good during the day. Jane said, or excuse me, Lotus said, hello, Lotus.
Hello, Lotus.
Carlos said, sup, Lotus. Jane said, hey, Lotus. Lotus said, I am not a loris. And hey, Carla. Maria said, yeah, I need to lose weight too. I want to be less than 60 kilograms. What's that in freedom units? 60 kg to pounds. 132, God dang. 132, you wouldn't see me if I turned sideways. Lotus said, hey Maria, at least you won't look like a Hitler. Yeah. Maria said, I don't have belly though. I have a lot of muscle mass. And that's kind of what me and the doctor were talking about. And I told her, I said, if you want to sit there and bitch about my weight, I got hit with a fucking tree. I'm not going to listen to it. My blood pressure was 120/70, and my weight was higher than what it was at the house the night before, and I pooped twice before I went this morning. I said, so if you're going to tell me diet and exercise, I'm probably going to get pissed off and not come back. She said, well, based off your diet, I would suggest cleaning it up, but the exercise, you do that enough at work. I said, I'll give you the diet cleanup.
He tells them the lies too.
I do, and that's why Madison went. John said, time to get a glucose meter. High glucose over time will do serious damage. Minimal bread, pasta, potatoes, no sugar. We do have a glucometer. I don't use it very often. I can't tell you the last time outside of in the hospital we were using a glucometer. My sugar is usually okay, but like I said, I have been on that pre-diabetic scale for the last 20 years. So we're going to work on fixing that now that I'm 30. Maria said, am I dreaming or are we talking about healthy food habits in NDP Live? That was all I was telling you about when I joined the lives. I told you guys to eat better. Then you maybe be like, then you made me eat like you. I didn't make you do shit. But yes, Maria, we are talking about eating healthier. Dad,
It just made me sick eating a damn apple.
I love apples. My problem being is the foods that they suggest to help with weight loss and stuff of that nature generally do not sit well with my stomach. Like apple juice, I will be pooping. And
That's how you lose weight.
Yeah.
Shit it out.
A porta potty. Now imagine a porta potty in the nose of a locomotive that only gets cleaned once every 90 or 180 days. Yeah, so you start shitting in it, you're going to start smelling it real quick.
There's some people here that don't care to hear about your bowel movements in the front of the train. I'm one of them.
Usually it's in the back. There's a rule, you don't shit on the lead locomotive. Jane said, where's Mr. Vegan when you need him? Oh, God, here we go. Let's not. Maria said, I lost. Yes, you did. Carlos said, just drink water, R3, no juice, sugar-free sodas. I cannot do the sugar-free sodas. I can't do it. I have tried it. The only soft drink that tastes decent to me as a sugar-free option is Dr. Pepper. It still keeps the same flavor, but the aftertaste is horrible. I like juice, but again, I like Gatorade. I like something with taste. I hate water. The only way to change the taste of water is by the temperature. And again, locomotive, I can't just pull up to an ice machine. You put ice in it when it's 106 degrees outside. The ice does not last long because I promise they're not getting those nice fancy Yeti coolers. Jenny Thong said, would you be willing to do a live on Halloween night and you and your dad be dressing up for the Halloween live? We last year we did a trunk or treat for Halloween and a few neighbors showed up and a friend from mainland China, she showed up. I would be more than happy to do a live for Halloween, especially if we're doing a trunk or treat. I would happily do it. I don't know what I dress up as, but I'd be willing. It's just Ray said, fuck diabetes. I agree. Ray said, go eat your tomato sandwich, old man. I do like tomato sandwich.
I don't, but I think I'm gonna start eating one.
With some white toast on it, a little bit of mayonnaise. Deliciosa. John Glass said, health is everything. That is exactly right. I learned last year of how quickly things can be taken away from me, and a month and a half before that I learned how quickly I can screw it up. So yeah, I can get more money. I cannot get more time. And if I don't take care of this body, I don't get another one. James, hit the like, y'all. I would appreciate it if you did. On this episode of A Healthy Life, Maria said, water is water, Maria is Maria. Okay. It's just a race. Don't forget to hit the hearts on the side. Hey, did you know? If you keep tapping the screen, you don't have to hit the hearts. The hearts will automatically start. Once you double tap the screen, you get the light. But if you keep tapping, you keep generating hearts. John said those zero sugar drinks are tasty. I could do the zero sugar after being off of soft drinks for so long. But I'm going to finish off what I got here in the house, and I'm going to trickle off of them, and then we're going to cut them out. Just cut that shit out. Maria said, Randy, what you doing on your phone? Put your phone down right now.
I'm looking at Craigslist. In
Marketplace. Stuart Hunter said Sprite Zero was good. I've not had a Sprite and I can't tell you how long. But again, I'm willing to try stuff like that. There's just a handful of things I'm not willing to try. And one of them is therapy. Because I told that doctor real quick, they made me fill out a damn form. I said, you lucky I filled that form out remotely close to right. Because you're going to try to put me in grippy socks. She said, I'm not going to try to make you do anything that you don't want to do. But if you don't want to talk to nobody, I said, I don't want to talk to a damn person. So she ain't even bring that up no more. I said, I like you. I'll be back. We didn't even make it to checkout. Madison says, I like her. I think you need to keep seeing her. I'll do it. Maria said, young generation don't respect their eldest anymore. It doesn't help when the elders say respect me and do some extremely disrespectful shit. Not talking about Dad. Not talking about anybody in the live. I'm just saying in general. Jenny said, what would your dad dress up on his Halloween night if you want to? If you went live on the other, can you be brilliant as Uncle Fester from the Addams Family? What Dad think is? Daddy can be Uncle Fester from the Addams Family.
I don't remember what Uncle Fester looks like.
I don't either. I don't know. I might have to be the chicken from Moana. Hey.
I thought we were going to do Luigi and Mario.
Maria said he's watching tomatoes dancing on his phone. They're doing that ass shaking.
Don't.
Jay said it is mandated that they have to ask the mental health questions. Madison said by looking at my mental health questionnaire and looking at what she had, she's like, you have a lot less questions. It's because I'm a man. They don't give a shit. One of the questions was, do you feel safe at home? Yes or no? And I circled yes, but I scribbled around it like my hand was shaking. And one of them was, are you ever, does any of your friends or family threaten you on a daily basis? Madison's like, no. I'm like, y'all threaten me all the time. Are you ever yelled at or cursed at in a day-to-day life? I'm like, if I answer this shit right, they're going to be sending,
I done told you.
turn in your guns.
Next time I go up there and hand me that paper, I'm not filling it out.
Nope. Carlos said Coke Zero is nice. I like it. You'll get used to it. R3. Pepsi Max tastes like shit. See, I cannot do anything Coca-Cola. I'm sorry, Carlo. Again, everybody has their different strokes for different folks. But I don't like straight Coca-Cola. I don't like Pepsi. Again, I'm willing to try these things. But we're going to have to get a lot further along in the badness for me to just absolutely give up. John said, you are in therapy right here. LOL. That's right. Y'all are all the therapy I need. I appreciate y'all having my back. Mike said, back away from Marketplace. It will get you.
I know, right?
Yeah, it'll get you, all right. Maria said, LOL, the most disrespectful people I've seen in my life. They were 50 to 60 years old saying hateful, crazy stuff. What kills me is the same people that sit there and say, respect your elders, are the same ones spitting on the youngins and spitting on the young generation saying, you don't know how to do shit. Yeah, I got to learn. And then at the age of 18 for an entry-level position, they're wanting 5 years experience and pay you absolutely minimum wage or nothing at all and be like, oh, nobody wants to work. A physical labor job that breaks your back every damn day. They're like, hey, yeah, we'll pay you $10 an hour. And it's like, I can go to Sheets and how can I help you? And make 15. Just Race and Maria, you are just awesome and funny with your caps letter. You go, Maria. You are just awesome and funny. That's right, Maria. Uplifting. Lotus is Stone Cold or Walter White.
I'll take Walter White. Just let me cook.
Lotus also said boat snacks. Maria said tomatoes ass shaking. That must be yummy. No comment. Jenny said, is your dad watching Babe Stallion TV on his phone, on his mobile because he's watching something like that because you keep smiling at his phone? Probably.
No, every time I smile, I'm smiling at a Tahoe or Escalade.
Yes, he watches. Did it for me the other day. Whatever.
If you did that odd number of times, that means I haven't.
It's still live. We got 10 people watching, 14 thumbs up. Wow. We ain't doing crap tonight. This mental health shit ain't doing it. Maria said, does anyone from your family threaten you? Hell yeah, they do this every day. I think if I answer those questions, my whole family going to be in jail. Well, and see, here's the really, really, really sad part, okay? If Madison answered that and said, yes, she feels threatened, yes, she's cussed at every day, and yes, she's threatened, my ass go to jail. I have told a doctor straight to their face when they asked me, do you feel safe at home? I said, no, they abuse me. And the doctor goes, okay. And just continues on like nothing's wrong. Madison's like, see, they don't believe
I
you.
get abused.
And she's like, see, they don't believe you. I'm like, why? Even if I tell them yes, they don't listen. Jenny said, tell you what is nice, mate. Have you ever tasted the original Monster drink? You could change the original Monster drink green one with no sugar, no added sugar is brilliant.
I don't like a Monster drink.
I don't like the way they smell. They taste like crap. Alexa said 9, 13, 7, and 13.
You're too far south if you taste like crap.
9-volt battery. Maria said, elder people don't want you to be happy. They want you to be miserable life like them. Exactly. Lotus said, in my professional therapy opinion, you're
young
crazy.
People want to too.
Yep. Lotus said, in my professional therapy opinion, you're crazy. And
That's
I
crazy
mean, I'm
once.
not crazy because I don't listen to the voices. And just remember, if they ever ask you, the normal amount of pain is no pain, and the normal amount of voices you hear is no voices. Lotus said, yep, nobody wants to work for a wage you can't live on. Exactly. They don't want to work a job that's going to pay them the absolute minimum and expect the maximum. Carlos said the hypothesis of the hypothesis is I'm a paranoid schizophrenic with a OCD and a severe anxiety disorder. Beat that. I got hit with a tree. Lotus said I had an Escalade truck a few weeks we had fixed and flipped it. It was really nice. Cool. Maria said, because you're a big man, tell me exactly how you get abused. That doesn't make a difference if you're a big man or a small man. If you refuse to raise your hand and hit your wife back, then...
See, I'm getting abused. That's how I get
fuck
abused.
you and your abuse.
I don't do
I
nothing
will
wrong.
shit down your throat.
I don't do nothing wrong and he abused me.
You are just like somebody else I know. You started. You
You look out over there. Where's my door?
Where's my fucking dog?
No! Please don't!
I'm gonna shoot you right in the damn eye.
Please don't! No!
Where'd it go? I heard it hit the tape. There it is. I'm doing everything I got right now to control this temper.
You shot me in the head.
I told you I was.
I told you I throw water on
You did not. You started it.
I was just showing them how I get abused.
DeRay's leaving.
Bye, Dre.
John said they asked me if I feel depressed. I lie. Me too. Like I said, 9, 8, and 14. Just Ray said, all right, got to run. You better take it easy and take care of yourself. You're such a beautiful human being. Have a nice and great evening, everyone in the live stream. Thanks, Just Ray. Have a wonderful evening.
You too, thank you.
James said, tell Pops to oil up. I'm that dome. I'm on the way. He'll be ready for you. Jenny said, at the end of the day, though, mate, the guy right behind you in the oven, stop. He is a decent guy. Me, because when you're not there, he's always in positive things about you and your brother. I need proud of having you as a son. That's why he makes out when you're not there. He better. Jane said, now wait, what are you saying? Elder people want you to be miserable? I think I need to change the channels. I told you, you damn don't listen, old mother ducker. Nobody in the live I was talking about, but kick a dog, it's gonna bark. Oh!
No, I think Maria said older people don't, and I said some younger people do too.
Yeah, she was saying between 50 and 60 are extremely disrespectful toward the younger generation. Now, last time I checked, Jane, you're not 50 to 60 anymore. But, no, it's not all the elder people, it's just most. Lotus said, crazy for not doing Vivo burnouts. Yeah, no shit. Maria said, hell yeah, R3, abuse him, please. And then said, Randy, you scream like a trans woman, stop. And then said, that's hilarious. Jay said, bye, Durade. Lotus said, the patient may have anger issues as well. Oh, yeah. Beth said, the man and the white coats have been dispatched. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't tell them the truth. John said, my, oh my, that's a crazy laugh. He about saw a side of me he didn't want to see.
I just threw more water on you, got you to cool down.
I'd knock your ass straight out of that chair and probably hit you with it.
I'll grab my cup and throw that some of the chest.
Alexa said 11 and 14. Nicholas said hi and some waving hands. Hello, Nicholas. Alexander said hi, it's nice to meet you. Hello, Alexander, nice to see you again. Carlos said, quick, get the tranquilizers. Those two are having psychotic episode. Yep. Alexander said, why are you wet? Because I shot him in the head with a Nerf gun. John said Cubs socks in 15.
Don't think, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but I don't think it looks right on the screen. It really needs to equal out.
I don't give a shit. Whew. Maria said, "LOL, I remember something." Oh, Lord. Jenny said, "Ha, ha, ha. I've seen your dad in a different light tonight. He's trying to just wind you up and you stay calm. Well done." Yeah. How come I hit me in the nose? Alexa 12 and 14. Jane said, "Hi, Nicholas," and "Hi, Alexander." Maria said, "When we have a lecture about children and women abuse, the professor said men get abused too, and me and my friend laughed about this, and the professor noticed, and he wrote our names, and we lose 5 grades. Hell, your ass should be fucking kicked out. You don't think a man can be abused or taken advantage of? You need to open your eyes, because it's not all the victim mentality of a woman. There's some evil women out there too. I've known a few of them. Not saying all, and not saying men aren't doing anything wrong. Just saying, everybody can be a victim. If I gotta believe all women, you should believe all men too." Jane said, "Hi, Alexander." Alexander said, "What happened to your hair? Your barber did you dirty?" Nah, my barber did me good, buddy. It's gonna help cool me off about 10 degrees. Alexa said, "Yes, 11 and 14. Alexander said, "Your hair is like Avatar." That's just from a receding hairline. Lotus said, "The patient is prone to imaginary, unimaginable violence." Better not be telling my damn physician this. Alexander said, "Hi, Jane." Carlos said, "Lol, Lotus." Maria said, "The last month they say in the news around 2,000 men in Iraq got abused by their wives." That's just the ones that reported it and they believed. Alexander said, "Can you show the back of your hair?" Yep, now they're going to see the scar. You drink all your water yet?
Oh, I ain't done nothing to get rid of it.
Let's see here. Lotus said, "I know a few girls could whip most any dude's butt." Exactly. And again, when a man refuses to raise a hand to his wife, the wife gets away with beating on him like a damn punching bag. But then if he does something to get away from her, he tried to kill her. Jenny said, "Do you know what is a lot of men out there what actually are being abused, and do you actually know a lot of men deny it because they don't get the help as much as women do when they get abused? And it's disgusting because the end of the day, women can abuse men, you know, and it really hurts your men if you listen to this. Speak up if you are." I agree with that 100%. There is women homes, there is battered women homes, there's homes that women and children can go to from an abusive relationship. And the last time I called about if a man's going through abuse and does not feel safe at home, a place they can go, they said, yeah, he can go to the homeless shelter. They do not care. And then when a man finally does something about it and ends his life, they're like, well, there was no signs. We don't know why he did it. Marita said, but at the same time, 9,000 of women get abused. So 9,000 is much more than 2,000. Again, how many men are reporting that? You just said it yourself. You heard your professor saying, what did you and your friend do? You laughed. So you think for just a second, y'all studying to be a doctor, and if a man comes in and says he's being abused and you fucking laugh at him, you think he's ever going to report that again? No, why would a man report it? Because the only thing people like you are going to do is laugh at him. It's pathetic. Grow up. Realize at the end of the day, there's some shitty people on both sides of the aisle.
And just because 9,000 women doesn't mean that's right either.
Yeah, what happens if 7,000 of that 9,000 is not even telling the truth? They're just trying to get out of something.
What if the 7,000 provoked it? Even though they ain't right, you should lay hands on them.
Snake said, hello, I just joined. What's the lore? What should I expect? You never know. You never know. We're talking about mental health now, and we were talking about regular health earlier. But hello, Snake.
Banging my head. Bang my
Lotus
head.
and mother-in-law knows a bodybuilder chick that scares even me. John said, I haven't cut my hair in 3 years, my beard in 2. I gotta trim my beard and my hair. Blade Official said, hitting your wife is pretty gay. Agreed. Alexander said, it looked like he cut the back of your hair way too much. and he sprayed coal. Nah, man, I'm fine with it like this. This is real short. Like I said, it's 106 degrees in the sun or hotter. That railroad's probably, what, 150
It
degrees?
doesn't matter. It's not near. as
Yeah, I
hot
don't
as
give a
other
shit. Fuck
places.
Iraq. Alexa said 9, 14, 9, 10, 14, and dog. Carlos said, I think Middle Eastern men treat women like shit. I'm not saying you're wrong. I've never been over there, but I've met ones over here, and that statement is true. Graham said, what do you say? Did you end up walloping your old lady? No, the doctor asked if I feel safe at home, and I said, even if I say yes, they're not going to do anything about it. Alexander said, the reason I have been gone for so long because I got sick so bad you feel like I have COVID. I hate to hear that. I hope you get to feeling
Sorry,
better.
I hope you feel better.
Graham said, I once dragged my old lady around the Moto 6 by her face and I got charged with nothing. Half the third floor saw it and said nothing. I love. Okay. Wow. You're a real tough
You
guy,
really
ain't
feel
you?
like a man, don't you?
Brenda said, I know many women are getting abused by their husbands, families, but they didn't report it because if you did, your family going to kick you out of the house, and women's shelter is not a good place. Jenny said, at the end of the day, I'm not being funny anything, but I know a few people will have been abused by women and they will not admit it because they went for help and the doctor turned around and said, have you seen the size of you and to your partner? No word of a lie. Exactly. All right. Just because a man is a man and generally speaking stronger than the average woman, they say the man cannot be abused. Maria said they treat victim women as prisoners. I'm a victim of abuse too, so it sucks to live with your abusers. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, especially when the abusers run around and act like they're the victim. Alexander said, what kind of cut is that? Don't know. I just go in, I sit down, they say, you want it short again? I said, yes, sir, I do. Just do what you usually do. His grandfather's been cutting my hair since I was a baby, and he's been cutting my hair for the past couple of years. And his grandfather's still there. Either one of them cut my hair. The grandfather doesn't cut it as short as the grandson, but either way, I'm fine with it. If I don't like it, it grows back. I go once a month. Graham said domestic abuse jokes are classic. I love a good domestic violence joke. I'm glad you do, because I think they're kind of stupid. Every single one of your messages tonight have been held for review. Good job, you two. Totally not that Dean guy said, I'll send you $100 if you smoke a shard on stream. Don't have a shard, but I mean, you send $100, I'll shoot him with the dart gun.
$1,000, I'll pour water on him.
And let know that I'm gone. I do need to be going anyway.
I was just starting this.
I am caught up.
Did you make a video?
I did. The video is already uploaded for tomorrow. I'm uploading
You did next
Wednesday's
video.
video.
All right. What we got over here? Maria said buy R3.
Goodbye,
James said
Maria.
take care R3.
See you, Jane.
Jenny Thong said, remind me when until these family members and the police officers that he has getting abused by his partner and the nature and around and said, come on, you need to grow a pair. Yeah. But then if he was there for him hitting her, they'd be throwing him in the handcuffs. Alexander said, no, you don't need to trim your beard, keep it for a couple of months. If you did trim it, you'd look like Peter Griffin. John said, R3, get a good night's sleep. I did not sleep worth a shit last night.
You know something?
John said, get a good night's sleep, Randy.
I'm going to try to, but I just want everyone to know as a cop, I arrested just as many women for hitting on their husbands as I did men. It was not an exact 50-50 because I can't tell you the exact numbers, but what I will tell you is there was plenty of women out there that hit their husbands. And when we showed up, they said, what are you going to do, arrest me?
Graham said, like father, like son when it comes to beating up women.
And you want to know the best part? I arrested them with a smile on my face, no different than I did then.
Graham, I have no idea where you got that from. We do not beat up women.
I would just stop reading their comments. They look like they probably started a damn
Yeah,
dick.
I mean, you know, that's just, love you, be careful. That's just you trying to be a jackass. Lotus said, all I know is they send 100, somebody doing a fat smoky burnout. Yep, you're right. I about forgot about that, but yep. Alexander said, retracted the message. Maria said, did you eat your banana pops? I ate 2 or 3 today. Eat a bunch of grapes. Because I got called into work early, I did not have breakfast. So I ate a banana. I drank my coffee, but I had coffee, banana, and then I had some grapes, and I think 2 oranges, a couple apples. Now, the apple that I eat right before live don't count. It got stuck in my throat, and I think I threw most of that apple back up, trying to get it where I can breathe correctly. But and also Jane, if you're still in here, that was a good thing you sent with the graham crackers. I like cinnamon graham crackers, but for this situation that I'm trying to get out of, the graham crackers and the peanut butter was a real good hit. So I ate one of those today, 2 with peanut butter in it, a whole cracker, and then peanut butter and another whole cracker. So it was, and they're good. So that was a good job thinking ahead. Jenny said, remind me when until these families. Oh, I just read that. Lotus said, I never forget about burnout. That's right. Thank you. Keep me on my toes. All we need is 100. Carlos said, Nagas gonna pop a cap in your bitch. Blitch. Lotus got burnouts. Yeah, a bunch of them. I'm about due for one. I hope my parts come in tomorrow, and I hope we get the car back to going Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see. Shouldn't take long putting the new parts back in it. We done got the rear end up and everything. Shouldn't be too hard to switch those 2 parts. The parts out and get mine back up to going. Alexander said, where did Randy, your son, go going home? Yes, Alexander, he has to go in early in the morning, so he went ahead. He's got about a 30-minute drive to get home. Maria said, the problem is when religion tells you to hit your wife if she's being disrespectful, but if a woman hits a man, she's sinful. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not here to try to push any religion on anybody. But I do not believe in any kind of religion that would tell you to hit on the other person. I don't give a damn if it's man or woman. It's not designed that way. And I don't believe in any kind of religion that does stuff like that. That's just absolutely wrong. A human being does not have a right to lay their hands on another human being. Jane said, have peanut butter sandwich before bed. It keeps your blood sugar up overnight. Well, my problem being is what time I go to bed. I've been eating before the live, and I don't want to eat no more until tomorrow morning. Maria said, Pops, you look tired. I didn't sleep good last night, and like I said, that apple getting stuck in my throat, that kind of affected me a little bit trying to get it out. But I'm hoping I'll sleep better tonight. Lotus says, how much tire is on Code Red? I mean, could you do one now and Rando to stop you? No Rando to stop you. I have put the I have taken, if you watch the video, you'd know I have taken the burnt tires that was on the back off, put what was on the front on the back, and I've put the Corvette wheels on the front of Code Red. So the tires on the back of Code Red is just about brand new. They just dry rotted. John says, Maria, Islam, question mark, not Christianity. Alexa said 9:18, 9:11, 18. Alexander said, is Justin there last time? Justin's in Charlotte with his girlfriend. He left, I think he left Saturday. And as far as I know, he's still in Charlotte. So I don't know what time, if he'll come home tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. Federal says, are you a girl? Are you a female? Do I look like a damn girl or female? If you're that damn blind, you're on the wrong live, because we do not do Braille here. Carlos says, yeah, he's a chicken with a... Lotus says, oh yeah, I guess I did watch that. Again, if I need to put it in Braille, I'll try to figure it out. Or are you that absolutely stupid? Lotus said he is a carrot, not a girl. Oh, I see. Join January the 4th, 2026. He's got a picture of one of the biggest dicks in the world, and his name is Pervert. I understand now. You do absolutely nothing with your channel, but you're just a dick in everybody else's. Alexander said there is 3 gender, male, female, and Gmail. Email, Gmail. Alexander, no. 4 genders, no. 5. You can have Gmail, email, airmail, ground mail, snail mail, all you want, but there's only 2 genders. And we're not going to get into it because it could be a controversial subject. Carlos said she-male. I'm not going to say that's not, I've never seen one, that's legit. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I don't know, but that is a deformity. That is not, you would have to, I guess, I would say that is a deformity, or should have been twins or something. I don't know the full detail of that, but either they got reproductive organs or they do not. John said he's a fruit, an orange, LOL, that's right. Lotus said a carrot. He always wearing orange. His favorite color is orange carrot. Mike said there's 3 genders, male, female, and just plain stupid. Well, you know something? I can agree with the plain stupid. But still, that plain stupid, it still falls under one of the 2 genders. Not what they think, what they were born with. Alexander said, do you know the word chungus? I've heard Randy say it, but I don't know nothing about it. Maria's got ice cream, and I think that's Lotus has got eggs or something. I would like to have a bowl of ice cream. I'm telling you, that's bothering me. Maria said there's 3 genders, male, female, and aliens. So there's not male and female aliens? There's just one alien? I mean, that's weird. So I guess aliens can reproduce themselves with themselves? That gives a all new meaning to go fuck yourself. Maria said, Lotus said, Chungus is an internet slang term and viral meme. It often refers to Big Chungus as an image of an overweight Bugs Bunny from a 1941 cartoon. Maria says, never thought about it. Stop your smarty questions. Alexander said the word Chungus is a fat rabbit from the cartoon and it becomes a meme for fat people. So, or is one of y'all trying to say I'm a Chungus? Alexis said 11 and 18. What did I do with my phone? Here it is. I'm showing 10 and 19. Beth said, this sounds like a controversial subject. I agree with you, Beth. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. That's why you're blue. Make sure I stay in check. Maria said, I only know one shape of aliens, so I don't think aliens have boobs. Now we're talking about shapes. Alexander said, maybe we calling you Chungus. I believe that's what I said, ain't it? Huh? I'm working on it though. First, blood pressure. Alexander said, whoop, I'd read that. Maria's laughing. Maria said, I'm different kind of alien. Alrighty then. Maria said, I wish someday I can dress in Halloween as an alien. That would be fun. Alexa said 12, 11, 18. Alexander said, you got a package is for UWU. Jenny said, would be sexy alien Maria. Alexa said, car. Maria said, I have a lot of Halloween costumes, thoughts, but you know we don't celebrate it here. John said, Chungus, big, thick, or chubby. Like I said, that is one thing, well, there's several things that I've always wanted to do as an adult. And I've always wanted to dress up for Halloween. Never been to a Halloween party. I've never dressed up as an adult. So I think that would be cool. I wouldn't mind trying the inflatable where you look like you're a dinosaur or something like that. But I know Randy, if I did it, he would go get that fart spray and I couldn't get out that damn thing fast enough. Alexa says 11 and 18. Brandon says, hi, how are you? Is it getting close to Halloween? October the 31st. Maria said, once I put black eyeshadow and black lipstick and my mom thought I started worshiping the devil. I know Cootie does it kind of a goth. I'm not into it or nothing like that. But I don't understand why people automatically think just because you do something like that, just because you don't do what they think's right, they think you're part of the devil. I mean, what gives a person the right to think they're the only one to think a certain way? Alexander said, do you couple of orange NDP shirt? I have got a bunch of orange NDP shirts. Brandon said, what day is Halloween? The 31st? October the 31st. Lotus said, lol, that's what I was thinking. Randy and the fart spray going to be the highest viewed videos? Maria said, exactly. They think they're God or something. I know, that's what, I don't get it. I mean, you know, kind of like people do me. If you know, I like my orange shirt, they don't think I should wear it all the time, or they think I need to grow my hair out, or you know, everybody's got their own little nick that they want to do. Maria said, if I was the devil, I would be sexy devil. John said, black makeup is called goth. I thought I said that. I think, now I may be wrong, but I thought that's what I said. But yes, I know that they call it goth, but that doesn't mean you worship the devil. It just means you wanted to put on black makeup and stuff. Alexander said, do you sell them? Oh, we are trying to get it where we, I told Randy before he left today we needed to order some shirts. We were trying to get somebody to make them for us. That fell through. We do have a stack of stuff to go on the back and the front that Madison's already bought. We got the machine to do it. So we got to buy t-shirts. Once we get the t-shirts here and make that group, yes, I will have some t-shirts for sale. But like I said, I did tell Randy before he left today, I wanted him to order 100 shirts and break them up in different sizes and see if we can put them in and sell some shirts. Maria said that's a good idea to dress as Hot Devil in Halloween. I'll write it down for the future. Maria said, who said they don't like your orange shirt? I know some people used to really get aggravated and want me to wear different colors, and then once I wore different colors, they said something like, who said anything about your orange shirt? Gosh. Jenny said to check Google about Uncle Fester, and the last question is, what would you be dressing up for on Halloween, Granddad? Be honest. That I really don't know. Like I said, if I was to do, I've thought about doing the air thing if I ever do it, but I also want to get one or two of those full pullover what do you call them, mask? I think they're called something else, but it's the whole face and the shoulders of a different type of person, and you can pull it over, and if you put your shirt on right, you can't tell it's a mask. I would like to do that. Maria said there's silly OnlyFans girls dressed like goth and act like kids. It's so weird and gross. They make goth people look bad. I've never even been on OnlyFans. Don't you have to pay to be on it? Alexander said, what price you selling NDP shirt? We got to see how much the shirt cost and how much the iron-ons cost, transfers, and then we'll be able to set the price. We're not trying to get rich, but we got to get them here and see how much money we got in them. So I really can't answer that question yet. Maria said, gosh, laughing. Ryan said, hey, R2. Hello, Ryan. John said, custom embroidered NDP orange shirt. Sweet. I would like to have. I want one that's a collared shirt, and it don't have to have anything on the back, just this on the pocket. Pape said, what's up, boss man? Hello, Pape. Maria said, hey, Ryan. Ryan said, hey, Maria. Ryan said, how are you this morning? Maria said, what's up, Pape? Nickel Pony said, hey, Pops. Hello, Nickel Pony. Lotus said, those full masks are hot as F. I guarantee it. I still want one, but I guarantee they hot. Ryan said, hey, Nickel, and hey, Lotus. Maria said, I do not have OnlyFans. No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know. I thought you had to pay to be on it. I've never even, I see a lot of people's got them. I make jokes about me having one, but I wouldn't even know how to go about it. Even to look at somebody's OnlyFans. I thought it cost money to even look at it. Nickel Pony said, hey, Ryan, noticed that I was goth in high school. Maria said they post on their social media. Lotus said, what's up, Ryan? Jane said, hi, Nickel. Maria said, I'd rather burn my money than pay for OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't see no reason in it myself. Wills said, have you ever used... Really? You're an idiot. Alexander said you should price them $1,000. Yeah, that'd be nice. Nickel Pony say, Miss Jane, looks like y'all waterlogged up there. Be safe. Mike said, hey, Ryan. Ryan said, hey, Mike. Papa said, if you could see the chat from this angle, it looks like you have devil horns. Like I said, everybody says that, and that's the reason I leave it like that. I like it. There's only been one person that's come in here and said they didn't like it. Everybody else don't say they like it or they don't. They say it looks like it. I like it. I think it's cool. I can be a devil. James said we about had to start building the ark. Alexa said 17 and 20. Alexander said soon you might be rich and buy. I don't know what that is. I would like to have a little bit more money. Maria said I like it because you are actually a devil, and with angel halo. Maria says, I am very evil. I just act like an angel. Nickel Pony said, easy, Miss Jane. Pops will say you have the original blueprints. That's a good one, Nickel Pony. I didn't think about it, but I like it. That would have been a good one. Maria's showing a reverse thumbs up and said she's blind. People, 22 thumbs up, like a coconut. Papa said, Maria, what did you do today? Maria said, did you thought about dressing something for Halloween this year? I haven't put much thought into it, just to be honest. Randy said something about the trunk or treat like we did last year. I don't know that I'll do that again because we still got candy left over from last year. We bought a bunch of candy, and people brought candy, and we ended up giving none of it away, really. So we may cook some hot dogs and hamburgers, and if anybody wants to stop by, they can have some. But I don't know that we'll do the trunk or treat this year. Hustle said, "Hi, your chair head cushion looks like devil horns." I like it. Half hog, half man said, "I enjoyed my trip to Raleigh. Next time I'll find a way to come by y'all some beers." Well, we appreciate it. We don't drink, but hey, I'd love to come in and sit down and BS for a little while. You're welcome anytime. Maria said, I showed Papa. Alexander said, well, bye. I got to go. I have to go get groceries. There is like 1,000 lists. It all cost $3,289.69. All right, Alexander, thank you for coming in. You be safe. Beth said, your chair pillow gets almost as many comments as the flagpole used to. Flag photo. I know. I really got to fix this room so I can put it all back between the pillow and the flag. I'd really do good, wouldn't Lotus, I do the house. I do the house up and pass out candy every year. I need to start collecting. Yeah. Maria said, Pops, you should dress something. You and R3, maybe you two can dress like Super Mario and Luigi. That's what was suggested before, and I thought that's what we had talked about. But evidently, when I mentioned to Randy a minute ago, he had forgot about it. Maria said, showed. Maria said, took a shower before the live. It's, Popeye said it's August, not October, Maria. Maria said, I know, Popeye. Nick Capone said, love Halloween. We decorate the house and yard and get to chase trick or treaters with chainsaws, chainless chainsaws. Maria said, yes, please talk with their R3 about it. Half Hawk says, what do you get when you put your 4 rednecks in a room? A full set of teeth. I thought it'd take more than 4. 12 and 24. Maria said, it'll be funny. Hi, I'm Luigi. It's hard to get Randy to commit to doing anything. Like I talked to him about something today, and you can tell when I mentioned it, it just didn't go over. And then he said he couldn't get time off. Somebody's already got it. He can't even put in a day for it. So, I don't know. It's hard to get him to commit to stuff. Maria said, who's going to be Princess Peach? That'll be baby girl. Maria's drooling over Princess Peach. Maria said, sexy lady. Indeciphers, what's that? Jay Carlton, whatever, don't have a channel, really don't do nothing with it. Joined March 27, 2025, and he's only out there to say stupid shit on somebody else's channel. I bet your parents are very proud of you, you jackass. Brenda said, sexy lady, I only get gay over this woman. Brenda says, I'm number 1. Woo, woo. Popeye said, yeah, I know the feeling. My dad does the same thing. It's hard to catch up time. Half Hawk said, what's the last thing a redneck says before he dies? Hey guys, watch this. Oh, I thought it was hold my beer and watch this. Maria said, I miss Cootie. She understood me the most. John said Cubs over Sox 2-0. Maria said, I don't remember the last time I saw my dad. Really? You say he's traveling? Mike said, jackass, that's hilarious. Lordy. Maria said he's outside the town for several weeks. Does he still do his YouTube live when he's out of town? Let's see. The whole Mickey King says I struggle my way in here with my. Brett says I don't know. Popeye said yeah, I try to see my parents when I have Yeah, it's when they live out of town, it's kind of hard. But now, Daddy lives here, 30 minutes from me now, and we don't see each other that very often. I get busy. My sister lives, I don't know, 10 minutes from here, and it's hard to have time to go over there. Maria said, I don't check his channel. I'm not subscribed. Oh, I just didn't know if you, I think you said something before. We couldn't understand it if we watched it. Lucy, is that right? Said, hey, Lucy here, pro graphic designer. All right, awesome. Let's see what we got here. We were just talking about Halloween. You started your channel on Halloween 2025. Got 24 subscribers, 17 videos. But I'm only seeing 3. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, there they are. You got them in shorts. Alrighty now. Now let's see. Alexander said, hello, I'm back. It wasn't that long for me to buy. Popeye said, my daughter sees them more than I do. Maria says, I'm so excited. I'm going to meet my high school friends this year. The last time I saw them 1 year ago, we're going to eat dinner together. Cool. Ryan says, why so long ago, Maria? Question mark. Popeye said, my mom picks my daughter up from school. I bet she enjoys that. Alexis said 1725. Maria said some of them live in other town because they're in different colleges. Ryan said, oh, gotcha. Well, cool. I'd like to go check it out, put on translator and see how bad he talks about us Americans. Tell y'all what, it's hot in this office. Maria said, did you see anyone from your high school pops? Very few. I don't, I prefer not to see a lot of them because, graduating in 88, if I hadn't seen them this long, we wasn't close enough. The ones I thought was friends with and was close with in high school, we haven't talked and got ever since high school, and I don't do high school reunions, so I don't never see them. Maria said, Lord, he says horrible stuff you don't need to hear. That's what I'm trying to say. See, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Ryan said, it's hot in the house here, low 79.2 degrees. It's showing 84 in this office. Maria said, how did high school look in the 80s? A lot different it does now, I can tell you that. Popeye said, yes, she does. My mom takes her to eat fast food. She's a good kid. That's awesome. Ryan said, you got me beat in the heat, sir. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you right now, I got my shorts on, and this gaming chair, my legs are sweating. I need to put that fan just on me. Let's see. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. Hello, Carlo. And I don't think I said it earlier, but hello, Papa Renzo. Maria said, I talked once to my dad before. I told him there's good American people, and he said, but the government is bad. Maria said, well, our government is bad too. Does that mean we're bad? Of course not. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. There's good and bad everywhere. You can't judge everybody on a handful of people. But one bad apple does ruin the whole basket. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I still got to do my blood pressure and take notes and check in with my notes. Do everything I'm supposed to. Make sure oh, and matter of fact, I got to find my shoulder thing. My shoulder bothers me, and I bought this thing to go over my shoulder that makes it hot and vibrates. Seems to be helping, but I didn't do it at all yesterday. I've been doing it before I go to bed and before I go to work, and I missed it all day yesterday. Maria says I'm getting sleepy. Me too, Maria. Carlos says, never judge a book by its cover, Maria. Maria says, you can measure your blood pressure. Yeah, I went and bought a machine. Right here. I just put the cuff on, my arm matched the button, and it'll measure it. Popeye said that's good. That's a good saying. One bad apple will ruin a basket. Yep. Maria said, that's right, Papi. We say here one apple can ruin the whole basket. Alexander said, can you say A-K-A-A meta? When that translated, it says, can you say I am fat? I'm starting to think you're making fun of me, Alexander. Is there a reason for that? Maria said, cool, we have this too. I measure my grandparents with this. I wanted one to go on the wrist, and it's a little easier, for me to see and everything. Well, that's fine, but I wanted one to go on the wrist, but they said it wasn't as accurate. Popeye says, your blood pressure that high? Popeye, you come in here a little bit late, but I have CDLs for work, and I also need them because I own a semi, and my company pays for it. Well, they every year, because I'm on blood pressure pills, I've got to go every year to get a physical before they will sign off on me to get my CDLs. And this time, my I don't know what the bottom number was, because they just said the top. They just told me. They probably told me the bottom number 2, but I don't remember it. And they told me that my top number was over 150, and it had to be under 140 for them to sign off on it. So I had to go back to my doctor, and my doctor wasn't concerned. It did change the prescription a little bit, and then when she signed off on it, I took it back to the other doctor, and then the other doctor still wouldn't sign off on it because the reading of the blood pressure wasn't under 140. So for the next 14 days, I've got to, I'm changing my diet and doing things different, trying to get my blood pressure under 140, so I can get them to sign off on my CDLs. I'm not just doing it for the 14 days. That's just, I had 14 days before the next appointment. I do plan on continuing it after I get my CDLs. I'm going to get it. I'm going to keep it under. So far, all my numbers have been good. The lower number I haven't got down good yet, but I've got to let the diet and everything take a hold. So in 2 weeks, I would like to keep it going, keep logging it, making sure everything's fine. And maybe, I'm not trying to lose weight, but if it happens, eating right, eating at the right times, that would be awesome. I did move my machine around a little bit so I could try to walk on it a little bit, but I can't find the plug-in for it. So we got the plug-in here somewhere, so I'll find it or order another one. And I might start. I'm wanting to sit down and do the 14-day blood pressure challenge to get it down, and then post that as a video. I say I'm going to sit down and do it, but I'm going to have to sit down and explain what I did the first. I think this is day 4, or this is day 3. Tomorrow will be day 4. So I haven't been videoing anything, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. Lotus says, get rid of Alexander. All he has done is find ways to call you fat. Maria said, no, don't do it on the wrist. I didn't. I bought the one for the upper arm. Lotus said, he goes around, it goes around your neck, right? Yeah. Alexander says, I have a question. What can I buy for $1? Papa said, yeah, me too. Maria said, why you're so fat, why your fan doesn't work. Well, it does work. I've got the air conditioner on and the fan blowing it out in here. The problem is, even though you don't believe it, the problem is the heat and humidity is so hot here, it's hard to keep this room cool. And you step back here in that room, it's cool back there, it feels good. But the thermometer is right here beside the computer. By the time it gets all the way here, it's back hot. You know, it's hard to cool it. And like I said, well, you can't see it now. It's done got dark. But there's cracks all around the doors going outside and out into the thing. So it's hard to cool this room. Papa said, CDL drivers, it should be at the max 140 over 90 in Virginia. I think that's what James said. It has to be under 140 and 90. But now they just said it had to be under 140. If they said the 90, I didn't hear it. I probably got pissed off and didn't hear what all they said. Maria said, so how was high school different back then? Well, we didn't have all the technology y'all got. We actually had to go to find a book and find out answers, and we didn't have the phones, and you know, we didn't just sit in a room. We run around and played and had fun. Matter of fact, when I was getting my driver's license, my permit, I had to ride my bicycle. It was probably a 25-30 minute drive. It'd be about 20 minutes, 20-25 minute drive in the car to get from my house to the school. I rode my bicycle every day just to take driver's ed. I'd ride my bicycle, which probably take me an hour or more to get there in the bicycle. But I rode it every day to get my permit to go to the driving part or the classroom part of the driver's ed. Papa said the bottom number will make or break you. Rhea said, did you see a lot of kids bullying each other in school? Yes. It's always going to be that way. There's always going to be a tough punk ass that's picking on people. It's always been that way. Maria said, lol, you didn't have ChatGPT back then? Cry about it. Damn, you little ass. Real says, hello, sir. Hello, Real. Jenny says, I may be wrong, and if I am, I do apologize, but why is Alexander trying to make a joke every time he gets a chance about your weight? I think he's wrong and disgusting. Jenny, he's probably trying to be funny, but, you know, he's probably a 12-year-old kid that his mom is in his mama's basement or something. I thought Alexander said he was 35 or 34 or something like that, but he's probably in his mama's basement waiting on supper to be cooked. Carlos said, Pop isn't even fat. Maria said, I only used ChatGPT in my last at school. Real says, I think sir is good weight. Alexander jealous. I do need to lose a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they said I was 239. I didn't think I was over 225. I mean, I don't really have a number. I don't care. I'd be fine around 200. The 225 didn't bother me, but I would like to be able to bend over and tie my shoes and not be out of breath when I got done. But I'm only worried right now about my blood pressure. I'll take care of the rest of that after. Maria says, in my last year at school, U.S. all the way, says, this man knows a lot about children in basements. Yeah, because I keep watching you take him down there. Popeye said, who judges a man's weight? Who judges a man's weight? That's gay. Maria said, I don't consider Pops as a fat person, but he needs to lose several pounds for his health. Real said, sir, and need to wake up 5 a.m. I think I'm asleep at 2 a.m. You go ahead and rest, buddy. I appreciate you coming in. Jenny says, but it doesn't matter if you're overweight. It doesn't matter if you're obese. It doesn't matter if you got a six-pack. People shouldn't be talking the mick out of you. You come on here, take your time, and give us a good channel. People shouldn't disrespect you like that. It's wrong. I agree. That's why I try to say we're trying to have a good, positive life. But you've got jackasses out there that wants to make everybody else unhappy. Their life is so damn miserable that they got to go on the internet and try to mess up somebody else's. They don't know how to feel good about themselves. They've just got to be, like I said, a jackass. Real said, bye, sir, and rest of people, and good night in life. You too, Real. Thank you very much. You enjoy yourself and rest. Get you some rest. 4 people in here, 30 thumbs up. Carlo said, well said, Pop. Spot on. Thank you, Carlo. You can tell a person what kind of person they are by the comments they make. They come in and say stupid shit. They're stupid shit people. Popeye says, very true. They are miserable with their lives, yeah. And the only way they can feel good about themselves is to make somebody else feel bad or talk bad about them. They don't really bother me. It used to, in the earlier lives. I'm getting used to it and everything. And I did, if you all remember, I used to keep the camera farther up. And Maria would get so mad because my face was over the chat. I did that because I got tired of people like Alexander poking fun about my weight. But now I don't care. I'm good with it. I can figure it out. I can lose weight. He can't stop being stupid. Lotus says, sorry for low chat, replacing a hot end in the 3D printer. That's cool, Lotus. I do understand. I need to get our 3D printer out. Maria said no, because there's a man I used to enjoy his channel, but when he starts saying bad stuff about fat people, and he said you should bully someone if they're fat and they deserve it, so I immediately unsubscribed. Jenny said, "What made you think about song? What you play? The end soon about being on the members wall because I cannot stop singing it, and it's in my mind. He brilliant. You made it a when did you come up with it? Randy done it with Suno. We've got I think 3 different soundtracks out there with all the songs that we're making. We're gonna do more soundtracks. So if you don't want to watch a video, you can put it on and listen to the music. We have got a lot of songs that we've made that's ours and Never Done projects. So we do it so people can listen to it. And I think it's a catchy little tune. I'm glad you singing it. That means we're right. Jenny said the idea. Maria said, Lord, this man was only showing his face and still tell people to be more confident with themselves. Lotus says, do it. I'll help you guys get it going. Oh yeah, I had to look back to see what it was. We bought more filament to get it started, and we got to pull the press, the t-shirt press out and try to get it going. And I do want to get it going. It's just our time is crazy. Like this afternoon, we spent when I got here. I cooked 2 eggs because I didn't eat all day except snacks, and I cooked me and Randy 2 egg sandwiches, and then we moved the machine, the exercise machine, over where I was wanting it, and the rest of the time we spent looking for the plug-in. So today was a waste. I think Randy done some stuff before I got here, but as far as after I got here. Papa said, even if I'm in a bad mood at work, I won't say negative things to anyone because you know what on their mind. You don't know what's on their mind. You're exactly right. And I used to be bad for, if I had a bad mood, I'd still talk too much, but I have got to where I stay to myself a lot because I have found out arguing and bitching don't help anything. It just gets you in a worse mood. The more negative you talk about and see in life, the more negative you will see. So that's kind of why I chose the job I'm on now. I'm by myself, and I don't have to be around negativity as much. So I try to stay positive. Lotus says, it sounds like Rendo had a pretty good grasp of it. Yeah, I made a few things. And I had it going. It's just we bought some filament, and the filament we bought, I think, was the problem, and it kept spiderwebbing. Everything I tried to do would do about half of it, and then spiderweb. We changed the tip, and then hell, be honest with you, Lotus, I think we were talking to you, and I think it's either you or Tinker was telling us about different filament. We bought more, we just haven't tried it. Jenny said, where your son was speaking to be for, will you be all right when you go home? And I'm not being rude. It's none of my business. I'm just asking in general. I hope he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He that's what with his head injuries in football and then the accident with the tree, Randy does get very pissed off very easy, and it's hard to keep him tracked because of that. They are going to try to work with him a little bit now and try to get him some medicine to help him, and he's always got a headache. And he gets migraines real bad, so they give him some medicine for migraine, and they're going to work with him and see if they can get him back to a little bit normal life, and if we can get him back to where he don't get angry so quick, maybe we get a lot more done. It's been worse in the last month, so there's something going on in his head that he hasn't quite got a hold of yet, but we'll make it. Lotus said, how much are you paying for filling? I don't remember. You'd have to ask that to Randy because Randy bought it. Maria said, Pops, do you have a rug? You need a rug for belly exercises. I don't think I'm going to be doing belly exercises. I won't be getting down. I may put a bar from the ceiling and pull up and raise my legs up. I don't like sit-ups. They hurt my back. But I will be doing just the opposite. I'll be trying. If I do it, I'll be hanging from the ceiling doing it. And I'm not getting on the ground. But if I need one, I can get a exercise mat. I won't be doing too many belly exercises though. Letter says, I'm printing a new RC boat. Awesome. Baron said, hello from Ohio. Maria said, why? Maria, my shoulder hurts, my lower back hurts, and when I get on the ground, it's hard for me to get back up. The older I get, the harder it is to get off the ground, so I try not to get down there. Used to, before Randy got hurt, if we needed anything on the ground, I got him to do it. Now, if either one of us get on the ground, we look like a damn turtle on its back trying to get up. So I try not to get on the ground no more than I have to. Alexa said 6 and 30. Maria said that's only going to help your arm muscles and leg muscles. No. If I'm hanging from the ceiling and I'm pulling up, that's pulling my chest. And if I'm holding up, raising my leg, that's pulling on my abdomen, my belly. It's the same thing. But instead of pulling my chest up, I'm pulling my legs up. It's just like if you're ever laying on the floor or in bed, try to hold your legs about 6 inches off the ground and just hold it. See how long you can hold it and see what part of your body hurts when you get done. Maria said, oh, okay. Now, it would be nice if I got my blood pressure under control and I got a little bit of weight off of me and I could move a little bit better, get up and off the floor better. It'd be cool. Maria says, no, it's not. It's called cardio exercise. Maria, do what I just told you and tell me if it does not hurt. I'm telling you, it ain't no different than gymnasts when they doing the rings. You're doing the same thing. You're doing it just a different way. Yep, you're going to be a doctor because you don't listen to shit. You're smart, but you ain't always right. I'm not always wrong. Remember that. If you do what I tell you to just do, you tell me if your stomach don't hurt. You only listen to tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, there it is. Yep, you'd be a good doctor. Ryan said, what about getting the track done and the mountain biking on it for cardio? Not a bad idea. I've got something in the works that I'm going to try to do so we can try to get a skid steer. Like I said, there's a lot going on. There's a lot that y'all don't see. I'm trying to get things laid out. I need to get a skid steer here. We're starting to lose daylight already, and I've got to get us a skid steer, and I need one here that's ours that I don't have to worry about somebody taking back. Maria said, and I said it with all caps. I mean, I'm screaming. Huh? I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? Ryan said, I think biking is a solid workout, a very low impact. I'm needing to get on mine my damn self. Yeah, it's been a while since I've rode a bike. I wouldn't mind having one. I wouldn't mind having one with the fat tires, but funny you said that. I've got a 3-wheel bicycle at the house. I'm wanting to get it here, and I'm wanting to buy one of those kits that hold the battery and it pulls and make it an electric bike. I think it'd be cool. Maria's got her upside down frown again. Smile. And Maria said, "Oh my God, Pops turned crazy. He's talking to himself." Alexa said 11 and 33. Carlos says, "You know, I'm fat. I'm fat, real fat. Weird. AI." Ryan said, "I don't mean going hog, but I'm getting a good session in is going shed weight." Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be cool. That's one of the things that we like to do when we were at the campground. Randy loved it. Get on the bicycle and ride around on the bicycle. We also love going on the golf cart, don't get me wrong. But it was fun going out there on the bicycle, riding the campground on the bicycle. Maria said, "My family says I'm fat, but everyone else tell me I'm skinny. They always ask me how I eat a lot and to stay in shape. It's called fast metabolism. That'll catch up with you too if you ain't careful." Answer is easy. I don't know. It's that fast metabolism, and when that stuff stops, it catches up with you. Maria says, "I think it's because I don't eat much sugar." Somebody that eats ice cream for breakfast, but they don't eat much sugar.
It has come that time again! The part we bid you all a
Chris says, "Oh my God, forget about it." I only did it several times. Jane said, "Take care of."
We say thank you for the laughs and fun. Every late night.
Brian said, "All right, everyone, if you run into a bear, feed him a steak, preferably not your bacon." Maria said, "Good night, Pops." Good night, Maria. Good night, Ryan and Jane. Carlos said, "Good night, y'all. Pops, great day, mate." To everyone else, see you, Carlos. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. On the way out the door, always still join and remember. Well, y'all see me, I bit my tongue. Woo! For $4.99 a month for the whole world to see your name.
Only
$4.99 a month for the whole world to see your name. Alexa said 8 and 33. Remember to do something today. You can smile about tomorrow. Do something today. You can smile about tomorrow. Mike said good night, everyone. Good night, Mike. Good night, Beth. To see you next time. I might start leaving a picture over here. What do y'all think? All right, remember, everybody, y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And remember, keep it silly. Lotus says good night, all. Good night, Lotus. Thank y'all.